Selling Sunset Season 7 is wrapped. The O Group had the grand opening party for the new office, friendship drama is settled, and someone thinks about quitting altogether. We are keeping it short and sweet for this video because is it just me or did those last 2 episodes have a lot of filler footage? I don't know about y'all, but it was definitely giving B-roll to me. Especially with that house that Bree and Emma were looking at, the diamond house or whatever it was. Also the audacity of Victoria's Secrets to have a $2 million diamond bra when they can't even measure my cup size correctly. That being said, there are a few things we do need to wrap up before the reunion goes live on the 15th of this month, so let's do that. Of course I am going to talk about the reunion, but let me know if you would prefer I did a live stream so that we could talk about it in real time, or if you would prefer that I upload a video like this and we can just engage in the comments like we've been doing. So Amanza and Chrishelle were sending each other 100-page dissertations, okay? That's the sign of a true friendship right there. This entire situation did come full circle though, because the reason that Chrishelle didn't show up to that dinner is because she was uncomfortable and not mentally wanting to deal with the entire Mary Lou situation. And then Amanza ended up not going into the office because she was too mentally drained from dealing with the Chrishelle situation. So all of that happened, but I do think she ended up understanding Chrishelle's point of view because of the way that it played out. Even though Amanza may have felt like dinner and going into the office were 2 separate things, I think she understood. I don't know if this is just the editing because, you know, those editors like to get a little cheeky sometimes. But I felt like Nicole was texting Amanza. When Chrishelle was saying, oh, of course these are all things I would tell her to her face, they cut immediately to Nicole on her phone, like looking like she was sending a message or something. So one thing I have learned from all of the feedback that I'm getting from y'all is that y'all think Nicole is a pot stirrer. And for me, I'm actually really surprised that people even have strong opinions about Nicole because like I said at the beginning of this season, I didn't even remember her. Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Selling Sunset Season 7, episodes 10 and 11, so the finale. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on episodes 10 and 11, but I would love to hear yours, so don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section if you do want to engage in the conversation. And give this video a like so I know that you enjoyed it. Amanza was feeling like the punishment didn't really fit the crime. She put in a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of energy, and some money into the beginning of remodeling G's studio. But then when Mary told her that Chrishelle was going to pay for it, she felt kind of insulted. And I think that maybe because it really is more about the principle for her. She's like, yeah, I put in the money, but you're calling me a shitty friend. So it really was about the principle for her. Like, no, don't throw money at me. Fix this friendship. I am glad that they ended up making up at the party because it is clear as day that this argument was weighing heavy on both of their hearts. You can tell that there is real love there and that they were both suffering. So Chrishelle and G got married. Congratulations to them. But then she said that they didn't do it on paper, so I guess they're not legally married. So I think they just had a ceremony. I love the sentiment in that, you know, we love each other, we don't need paper to tell us that we love each other. But the only problem that I have with that when people say they just want to do it without the paper is that that piece of paper gives you a lot of rights in a marriage. The one for me that always comes to mind is if your partner gets sick and decisions need to be made about their life and things like that, what's going to happen, do you decide to keep them alive, do you not? You don't get to make that decision as a girlfriend. So if you're going to take the step to get married, why not go all the way so that you can have a say in things like that? Otherwise, it's probably going to be next of kin. And you're going to be feeling a little like you should have been the one to make that decision. They have plenty of time. And I know everyone doesn't like the government involved in their marriage and stuff like that. But yeah, I just find it interesting that they went that route. Especially since they live in Cali. And Cali is a state that is more than willing to marry same-sex couples. So I know that that wasn't really an issue for them. On a random AF side note, Chrishelle has my dream closet. I know I have mentioned my dream closet in every single one of these videos, but y'all gonna keep hearing about it until I have it. And she has a whole security code on her drawers. Who even thinks to add that to a closet? Like it's already inside of your house, which is presumably already secure, but I don't know. Rich people really out here living different. Okay, y'all are giving me everything that I envisioned for my channel and for my community when I started this channel in the comments of these Selling Sunset videos. And I just want to say thank you again because it really is what's most important to me in building my community. And that's building the community and finding people who want to converse and kiki with me about our guilty pleasure TV shows. On that note, Linda came with some tea. So thank you for commenting, Linda. Linda says, I love how you are hyping Chelsea up, but you do know that she has only sold 1 house this year, right? There are videos of people that are actual real estate agents, I'm assuming, in LA digging up all the actual dirt on the cast members. There are 2 of them that aren't even active agents, one of them being Amanza. I mentioned this in my response, but because I watch a ridiculous amount of TV shows and movies for this channel, which I love them all by the way, but I consume a lot of content, so I don't always have time to follow the cast members outside of the shows or when the filming is over. So I love when people bring me the information because otherwise I might not have known. If this is true, I'm not too surprised. I mean, maybe selling one house is a little bit outrageous. I mean, even in a bad market, maybe you would at least sell 5 houses per year. That being said, I don't know enough about the real estate industry, and especially don't know enough about the luxury real estate industry to really have an educated opinion on this and whether or not that's normal. I also want to point out, Chelsea sold the one house that I guess we see her selling on this season, the $10 million house. She made a $300,000 commission on that house. We just found out from the Bree and Jason conversation that the commission split at the O Group is an 80-20, meaning that the agent gets to keep 80% of that commission and the brokerage gets 20%. 80% of $300,000 is $240,000. Most people don't even make that in a year, and that is very much still 6 figures. And that's a 6-figure salary with one sale, on top of what her husband makes, and we know he makes pretty good money too. Now granted, she has an expensive lifestyle, but if I walked into my job for like a few days a week and mingled with people and then left with $240,000, I would probably just chill the rest of the year too. In regards to Amanza, I'd actually be more surprised if she had sold a house. I never really saw her as a real estate agent, to be honest. I always thought she was the interior decorator of the O Group, so that, I'm not really too surprised by the fact that she's not an active agent. I've also been talking to people about the fact that I think Amanza's passion is in interior decorating and not selling houses. I think her first season on the show, she actually did say that. I get more excited about decorating than selling, so yeah. Chelsea starts pitching Cassandra to Jason and Brett immediately, like we all knew she was. I also got some more tea on my last video, and apparently Cassandra has some history in more than just bottle service. Bree's past has always been a bit fuzzy to me. Apparently this Cassandra girl was doing a lot more than just bottle service and allegedly escorting. People are posting evidence online. It seems like she expected Bree to welcome her with open arms based on their shared history. But that history doesn't really align with the image Bree has been portraying about living this fabulous life with all these celebrity clients, yet she struggles to sell a home. I'm torn because I don't think Bree should be shamed for her past, but I'm also not a fan of Bree and the false image she puts out there. I like Chelsea, but I'm leaning towards that being a bit too catty if she truly knew why Bree would get so upset. It's all pretty messy, and if Bree shows up next season, I wonder if we'll see a conclusion to it. If this is true, it would 100% explain why Bree is trying to avoid Cassandra like she owes her money. I don't judge sex workers on my channel or in my life. They wouldn't have a job if somebody's daddy wasn't paying to see them, so what am I judging them for? But we do know that society has a problem with judging sex workers. And having her past literally come back to haunt her in the form of Cassandra would be a pretty big deal. Could be bad for business and for her image. And if the O Group starts to feel like her negative image is impacting their image, then she might be out of a job, which more on that later. So yeah, this matters a lot. Even a rumor getting out of control about this could have irreversible damage. Not even saying that Bree was an escort. Let's just say that she wasn't and she literally only does know Cassandra from bottle service. If an ex-car parts dealer walked up to you while you were at work and was like, oh my god, hey friend, remember back in the day when we used to do that thing totally unrelated to car parts stealing? Even if you never stole the car parts with them, you might be worried about having an association with someone who is a stealer because of what that association implies. You know, the company you keep and all of those things. Plus, it does seem like Cassandra has done a lot of research on Bree. I mean, maybe she really does know her than Bree is letting on, but like, knowing how old she was when she got her realtor's license, I don't know. There's still a lot more to be learned about that situation. But because Chelsea 100% stirred the pot at the party, and that pot started boiling over, we might never get the rest of the story. Bree was already thinking about leaving because of the commission split issue. At her previous brokerage, she was on a 90-10, so she was keeping 90% of it. And when you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, that extra 10% that the O Group is taking is a significant amount. And she feels like she's doing most of the work because she already has the clients and she's the one that's bringing them in. Jason feels like,
but you sold them homes at another brokerage. You didn't make me shit.
I can see both sides. Jason is also saying, yeah, granted, we take a lot more here at the O Group, but you're also getting a lot. Like, I personally help you. We have a supportive team of agents who are here to help you. Which I don't know what in the hell compelled him to lie about that. They are not supportive of each other. If they don't like you, they will not be supporting you. I mean, they were mad at Amanza for like 2 seconds and they wouldn't even pack up her box so she could move next door. So yeah, I'm gonna need him to stop pretending like it's all lovey-dovey up in there. But yeah, Bree already had 1 foot out the door. And then Chelsea had to come and pretend to be peacemaker when really she was being pot stirrer. She had to have Cassandra go up to Bree at the party and start talking to her and they got into this huge thing.
Just stop being a bitch. I'll be a bitch all the fuck I want. What are you gonna do about it? Called having manners, bitch. I don't need fucking manners, bitch. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I mean, going back and forth at each other, the people who were sitting near them looking like, y'all gonna let this happen? It's so funny to see the reactions of people who were there but like not on the show. They always like, ooh, it's giving ghetto. Cassandra calling Bree a bitch was definitely uncalled for. I'm pretty sure she's the one who called her a bitch first, and then it was just a back and forth after that. And I was definitely on Bree's side on this. She doesn't have to act the way that Chelsea wants her to act. She doesn't have to be nice to anybody. At the end of the day, you might want her to be nicer, but what does she owe you or Cassandra? I know that the O group is relaxed and not super traditional, but Cassandra, you're trying to get a job at this place. And this is how you show up to one of their events? Have some damn decorum. I would definitely not be hiring her after I saw that. She could go ahead and walk back on over to Chrissy's in Beverly Hills because she will not be working at the O group. And I think Bree was right in walking out in that moment. What she didn't have to do though was attack me on the way out.
Get your fucking split ends cut and maybe some fucking eyelashes, basic ass bitch.
Like, girl, I wear contacts. I have sensitive eyes and astigmatism in both of my eyes. I can't be out here wearing lashes every day. So the O group got that Cabo listing. I actually think they're gonna end up selling it for less because they said 35 million, but I remember in the previous episode they were saying they wanted to sell it for 40. But 35 million is still obviously a huge amount of money and a great accomplishment for the Cabo team. The new office looks great. I like the cool, warm colors. I guess that's not really the same. Those are complete opposites, cool and warm. But it's like a navy blue versus the super bright that the old office was. It looks classy. It looks distinguished. It looks like they've been doing it for a decade, you know? I also love that Amanza shared that photo of Jason when he first walked into the empty original office. It's so amazing to see that progress. That's somebody's dream that came true, and that just makes me look forward to when my dreams come true. And I hope I get to have moments like that in my life. So yeah, I love seeing that. I have also loved sharing this season with y'all. Y'all are great. And I've loved conversing with you even more. Don't forget to let me know if you want to do a live stream to talk about the reunion or if you want to do a video like this that I just upload. I'm down for either. If you want to keep in touch until then, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye. Should I do a farewell song? This is the last video. I'm gonna go edit it. It's 5:13. We'll see how soon I get it up. I still need to eat dinner. Bye guys. You choose now for your car alarm to go off. I've been sitting here writing this script. Okay, thank you. And then Amanza. So Amanda and Chrishelle were sending each other. Did I call her Amanda? Oh, yeah, Linda. I gotta get that comment from Linda. Linda says, I love how you're good child. I ain't gonna even be able to read that. And I'm reading it, and I can't read it. That being said, I don't know enough about the real estate agency industry. And I think Bree was right and walked.
Met her at Coachella, I went to see Chica, she with the CC trip. Perfect, I took a seat on the ice, cold on. She handed me an ice blue bong, whatever.